Welcome to this week's wrap-up. I asked the folks on Facebook if they would send me a photo to use as a background in my video today. I chose this beautiful image from Jesse Shotland because I love the story behind it. Apparently, he had to hang out of a bus window to get it. I, for one, appreciate your risk-taking, Jesse. Last week, I gave you the homework of posting a photo of a camera on my Facebook page. Boy, did I get a lot of images. So here we go. Chris Turner took this photo of an old camera with his Nikon D3100 using a 1.5 second exposure and a pocket torch. Christian Guilfoy showed us a photo of his Canon DSLR amidst his tech-laden desk. That's how my desk looks half the time. Chuck Underhill used his Nikon D3 to photograph his dad's old camera. Dario Levantini showed off his new L lens with an iPhone 4 photograph with an Instagram filter in red. Dave Knopp used his iPod Touch and Instagram to show us this cool vintage 8mm movie camera. Dennis Cooper shared two photos with us, this creative one, and this one of a lady loading or unloading her film camera. Devin Michael showed off this very nice shot of his Canon 7D. Eric Rodriguez took this pic with his new camera of him with his old broken camera. Boo, maybe we should have a moment of silence for Eric's old camera. Okay, that's enough. Kirkvilliet, I think, shared a photo of an old Rolleicord from his dad. Graham Mark Wilson says this is an oldie but a goodie. Grant Mills shared two photos, this one of an older camera nestled in some carpet, and this one of a Nikon FE2 that belongs to his neighbor. Hermes Gabriel also posted two photos. He took this one with a Canon XS130 in macro mode of a Nikon D90 with an 85mm f1.8D lens, and this one of Nikon equipment taken with the Canon XS130. Israel Nava shows us a lineup. We got his Nikon D90 with some of my personally favorite lenses. Jesse Shotland posted a photo of his new mobile phones camera. Jim Levesque posted two photos, this one taken with a D3100 50mm prime lens, and this one of an old Ricoh. John Glowacki took this photo with a D300S and a 50mm f1.4G and an SB900 flash of an old camera in a museum. Michael Halsor used a Nikon D7000 and a Tamron 90mm macro lens to show us an inherited Bronica. Nima Parvin, a Canon lover, showed us his Canon 5D Mark II with his all-time favorite lens, a Canon 85mm f1.2L USM2. Raj Golawar took a pic of an iPhone using his iPhone. Raymond Schulp shows us a few of his old cameras. Sifo Brannon posted a photo of his first DSLR, a Nikon D3100. Skylar Caspear used a new D3100 with a new 50mm f1.8G lens to photograph an old Canon AE1. Stein Ove Brothammer gave us a 3-in-1. There's a Nikon D3100, a Sony Ericsson W995 mobile phone, and a webcam. He took the D3100 pic and the mobile phone pic with the webcam, and the webcam pic with the iPhone, or with the phone, not an iPhone. Stephen Fink posted a photo of his Polaroid 104. And last but not least, Steve Earle showed us his camera, and his kid's camera. As you can see, the response to the homework was amazing. More on this week's homework coming in a few minutes. I mentioned on Facebook that I'm going to Disneyland soon. There are so many things to do and see there. I suppose there are at any large theme park, like SeaWorld, big zoos like the San Diego Zoo, Epcot. Anyway, I digress. Something I'm considering is spending the whole time at Disneyland, or at least a day, challenging myself by using nothing but my most basic DSLR setup, my D3100 and my 35mm f1.8 lens. At last count, I have 5 DSLRs and maybe twice as many lenses. And I have a nice low-pro sling pack that I can carry much of that gear around in. So why not bring the 70-200, the D300S, 17-55, and more? I don't know. I'm wondering if things have gotten so high-tech and complex that there's a growing movement towards simplicity. Instead of DSLRs getting bigger, they're getting smaller. A few weeks ago we talked about compact cameras, some with interchangeable lenses, that are tiny but have a DSLR sensor. We also talked about the Fujifilm FinePix X100 camera that has a non-interchangeable lens fixed at a focal length of 23 millimeters, and is not a cheap camera either. Also, the Pentax Q has been announced, which looks like the next level of compact cameras with interchangeable lenses. I kind of want one. I wonder, now that DSLRs are a mature product and have loads of bells and whistles, with almost any lens you can dream of now available, is the market driving this simplicity? When I'm walking around Disneyland with my super light combination of D3100 and 35mm f1.8, I'll have to think creatively about composition and about getting to the right spot. I'll definitely be using my mind and my viewfinder more than I will be fiddling with the settings or a zoom ring. Let me know what you think. Has all this become too much and the manufacturers are realizing that simplicity is what amateur and professional photographers want? Am I making a mistake by walking around Disneyland with just a single lens? I think I'm making a mistake. This is not big enough. Should I pack the big guns in my backpack just in case? I'm bringing in the big guns! Also on Twitter, I see many people posting cell phone images through tools like Instagram and Tumblr. This seems to be the simplest, most basic form of high-tech photography. In fact, I'm seeing Instagram shots everywhere, complete with old-timey vintage filters. Is this a backlash against technology? Or is this a love for technology, since it can bring us both clear, true-to-life shots and something with a more unpredictable, vintage edge to it? What do you think? Should photos taken with high-tech equipment look high-tech, all crisp and vibrant? Or does it make sense to use the technology to give a look and a feel to photos that evoke memories of childhood and the good old days? One thing that I love about the SnapChick Facebook page is seeing the images that many of you post, sometimes on a daily basis. Keep them coming. What I really have enjoyed is seeing some of you come from no experience taking pictures of people to the point where you are consistently working with people and really improving the quality of your images. I've watched many of you evolve into real-life excellent portrait photographers. I'm working on a VIP video this week with the theme of hot summer nights. Here's a sneak peek for everyone of some of the footage that I have so far for the weekly VIP only video. Hi VIPs, I'm setting up for a photo shoot. The theme today is hot summer nights. I'm deciding what I'm gonna wear. It's probably not gonna be much, I guess, because, you know, hot summer nights, you probably don't wanna wear a lot. Anyway, I have been doing a lot of my shoots lately with the fluorescent lights with the soft boxes. And this one has the grid on it. But I'm thinking I'm gonna go old school. Well, not really old school, but like old school for SnapChick. And I've pulled out my Alien Bees strobes. And I'm gonna use those for the shoot today. I might use some of these, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I am not positive how I'm going to have all the lighting, you know, arranged. I think I'm gonna start out with low key because I wanna get some, you know, more sultry shots with some good shadows. And I don't know, we'll see where we get from there. This week's challenge is about portraits. Last week, you had your cameras pose for you. Again, great images. This week, your subject is going to be a little more animated because it's going to be a person. A person who knows that they are getting their picture taken. Now, I know that many of you have huge back catalogs of portraits, but I want you to take a portrait this week. Let's say sometime before July 4th. I'm going to do something a little different this time. First off, definitely post the portrait on my Facebook page. For the video, I'm going to select 3 to 5 of the portraits to show off. So, go for something a little different and compelling. Oh, and I will definitely give preferential treatment to those who go for a summer theme. The purpose for this week's challenge is 1, for you to strut your stuff with a camera, but 2, for those who are less experienced with portrait photography, this will give you some experience working with and directing someone. Grab a family member, a neighbor, a lover, hello lover, or whatever, and post your best on my Facebook page. Talk to you next week.